Hey everybody, thanks for watching these awesome Illustrator CS6 tutorials. And this tutorial we're going to go a little bit further into our typing tools. I'm going to give you a couple pointers and tips about using some of the different tools. So I'm just going to go ahead and just delete out some of the stuff that we had and start new. So the first one I want to start with is the regular type tool. But the first thing I want to show you is that if you click on this arrow over here, you can get a detachable menu for your type tool. And then if you click back on this, it'll go up and down, or you can click on the X to just get rid of it. But you still have all your type tools here. They don't detach per se, but it gives you a detachable menu. So you'll still have both of them there. So let's go ahead and click on your regular type tool. Now with some of your type tools, if you click and drag, you'll create a text box. And you can go ahead and experiment with them. And I can't remember off the top of my head which ones have all the have the text boxes and which one of them don't. Wow, that was hard for me to say for some reason. But I do know that this one does have a text box. So let's go ahead and start typing within text box. I'm going to create a new one. And here we go. And here's some type. Wow. My keyboard is like off. So if you press enter, it'll go down on some spaces. So you can create a new line. All right. And if you want to be able to have your type tool selected and still create other new typing things, all you got to do is hold down Control. And click outside the object. And go ahead and click again. Oh, I clicked in an old text box that I had. So Control, click off the object, and then go ahead and click again, and then you'll have your new line. Now I have my old text box back here that that I created the first time. As you can see, if I move it, it doesn't move this text, but here, as you can see there. So that's what happened when I selected that text box. I'm just going to go ahead and delete it out. And if there's any other text boxes in here, no, it doesn't look like there is. But when you have the text box, it's still there. And when you go ahead to click in the area or on the text, if there's text in it, then it's going to show up. All right, let's get on to the next. So say you're in have a text box going on. Go ahead and make one. And it's way too small for the text that you wanted to put in there. This little box here with a plus sign shows up. Go ahead and take your direct selection tool, and you can click on one of your anchors and drag it out like one at a time like this if you want to. I just hit Control-Z to go backwards. Or you can just go ahead and select your regular selection tool and do something like maybe like drag it out. And as you can see, the longer you go, the less amount of text you'll have on the same line. And that's pretty nice. So on to the next thing. So the next trick allows you to be able to use your vertical and horizontal type tools without having to switch the actual tool. So make sure you have your type tool selected. And when you go to click, you can see that the cursor is up and down. If I hold down Shift, you can see that the cursor now goes sideways. And if I click now, I'm going to get a flashing space. I'm not actually sure what that flashing little bar is called, but it indicates that you're typing text. And if I start typing, you can see it's a vertical text now. So a way to switch between these is holding down Shift when you're typing. So let me go to the vertical text tool or vertical type tool. And if I hold down Shift, it's going to switch it to horizontal. Too easy. And it helps you get through things way faster without having to switch between the different tools. So that's all I've got for this tutorial. Teaching some of the different techniques that you can use that may not be apparent when you're using the type tools is what we did. And I'll get into some of the other tools. These went a little over the time limit that I thought. We have about 5 minutes per video, so I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. We're going to talk about some of the other type tools that we learned, and I'll go give you a couple of tips about those as well. Have a good one, everyone.